Hello, 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 Dental Nacho Nation. Terry Brock here for another wonderful time of getting together, talking about all kinds of fun technology in a place that we call Talking Tech Tips with Terry, Tuesday at 2. And it's 2 o'clock here on the Eastern Seaboard. And I'm welcoming you to a very special time because I'm going to show you a tool today that we're using here at Dental Nachos. It's going to help you a lot. It's for those times when you want to send a video and you want it to be little bit more than average. You know, average is okay, and we're using video a lot these days in our world. Those dentisting humans that are out there are doing a lot with it. But today we're going to do a little bit more. I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes of what we do here at Dental Nachos. And Dental Nachos is the community, of course, dedicated to serving you. As Dr. Paul Goodman says, dentisting humans. We affectionately call him Dr. Nachos, and he helps lead us and give us some great ideas on how to move forward, how to do better, not only in dentisting, but in life. Now, I'm not a dentist, but I get a chance to work as an advisor and communication advisor here and show you the technology. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Matter of fact, if you've got some comments and you want to leave those comments, please let us know. We want to hear from you, and we want to make sure that we're helping you in the ways that will be most beneficial to you. Now, one of the things that's really important today is video, as we've said. We're all using tools, excuse me, now, something in my throat there. We're all using tools like Zoom and Loom and others that are out there. And the real key is with video. I love it because it gives you a chance to see the expression. It gives you a chance to see someone, what they're really like. You hear the inflection in their voice. As I've often said, if I know someone, let's say I know my buddy Bob Peck, who is there. Bob is a guy that is a dentist. He's a periodontist up there in the Chicago area. And Bob, I hope you're doing well today. If I were joking with him and I sent him a text, I said, Bob, you looked really good today. Those words. Okay, that's nice in text. But if we're seeing each other and I'm joking with it and I'll go, Bob, you look good today. You know by my expressions, by my intonation, that I'm making fun of him. Okay, we're having fun together. Intonation and the way that we inflect in our voices is very important. And how you come across in video is very important. What you want to do is you want to come across in the most appropriate way for what you're trying to accomplish. Sometimes that's very casual. Sometimes it's very formal. Sometimes it'll be very serious. And so you want to make sure that you come across in the appropriate way that you can. And having the right tools helps you to do that. Those tools that are out there give you the ability to do a lot. And here's a tool that we're using right now at Dental Nachos. I discovered this one just a little while ago, a few months ago, and then I played with it, messed around with it, created some videos and saw, whoa, this is nice. Then introduced it to the folks here. And Mary Goodman, Mrs. Nachos, Paul's wife, got a look at that. Jill Ruggieri got a chance to take a look at it. And our staff looking at it too. Brandon, Ariel, Amanda, and others looking at it and seeing what it can do. I see that there's a lot of benefits. And I would say this is going to be good for those of you who are dentisting humans. You want to send a special video. It's a little above just a regular video. Now, Loom is good for sending a nice video. I like that. Many people are using Loom, that's L-O-O-M, and I use it myself a lot. But I find also sometimes we want to go beyond that, and you want to get something a little different. You might have seen the promos that I've been doing lately here for the Dental Nachos Tech Tips with Terry, and I use BIGVU for that. BIGVU, and by the way, that's how they spell it, B-I-G-V-U as one word, all in caps, and BIGVU gives me the captions below, which are really nice. And you can put some music behind it if you want. Captions are optional. You don't have to put them there, but they're real nice to put in there because so many videos today are watched with the sound off. People are just seeing it that way. Well, if you can see the text coming below, hey, that's really good. And with BIGVU, it's a pretty simple procedure to do that. And I want to show you what that can do and the kind of capabilities that it has for you. There's a lot of nice things that can be there. And so what I'm going to do right now, see, I've got my iPhone right here. My iPhone, this is iPhone 11. And by the way, BIGVU will work on your iPhone or on your Android device as well. I'm using my iPhone here, but I also often use my Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. Isn't that a long enough name for it? Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. That's what they call it. But it's a great phone. I love it. It's got so much there. But I use that for BIGVU. I'll use my iPhone for BIGVU. You can do it either way, and you can use it on the desktop as well with the right plan that you have. They have different plans, and this is a really good tool to look into and to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here and let you see what it looks like. I'm going to pull it up here. First of all, let me just jump over here to my iPhone. You'll see that's there, and I'm going to actually cozy up beside it here. Come over here, so I'm right there, and actually I'm going to slide over a little bit to the corner. I think that might be a little bit better. That way you see me over here, and I'm going to get over here on the corner side of it. There we go, right here, and probably stretch out just a little bit here. There we go. And excuse me as I'm geeking out here with my eCam, getting a chance to do that. But now you see my phone here. It's got all the icons and things that are there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up one. Should be running right now. Let me see. Let me put that in here. Yeah, here we are. BIGVU. This is BIGVU. So it's right here on my smartphone, and this is how it comes. I like to start it on my phone, do the recording there, and then I'll take it from there. We put it up into the cloud for some processing. But this is real handy. And think about that. That gives you the ability to take it with you wherever you might need to go. So you've got you, and then later on the ability to create those captions. And these are the projects. You'll see me there. These are my very personal. These are my projects that I've been putting up and working on. And I'm going to show you what we can do. Down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see there's a little icon that's kind of turquoise. Is that kind of turquoise or blue? I don't know what it is. I didn't do well in colors at school. We had green, yellow, and red, the country where I grew up. That was about it. But good old Midwestern country school. It was good. And those are there. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I want to create a new one here. So I'm going to tap on that. And when I do, notice it says, oh, well, you got a new project here. Here's what you can do. You can use a teleprompter. Hello, that's pretty nice. Or you can present right now just from there. The teleprompter, let me pause for just a moment to mention that. If you've got a presentation that you need to make, it might be a little more lengthy. Trying to remember it can sometimes be a little tough. I often tend to prefer to take a white card and put my bullet points down there because that's something that I'm used to doing. But a lot of people would rather have the actual words they need to say. And some of the work that I do in advising those who are financial advisors or in a legal environment, sometimes you need to have every word exact. Nothing can deviate. You can't put an extra and or anything like that in there. Not appropriate in many situations. This is where a teleprompter would come in, and the teleprompter in BIGVU is very, very nice for that. I would encourage you, if you need to get a teleprompter, take a look at what this does. It's pretty handy. You just have it on your phone, and you bring in your text from your Word doc or your pages or whatever text it is. Format it just right so that you put it right underneath the text would be right underneath your webcam. See, I'm right there. I'd be reading it right there, but yet it's so close to the webcam itself, it looks like, hey, I'm looking right into the webcam and just making this up as I go. And then you scroll it at a pace that you want. If you need to pause it, you can pause. The recorder will keep going, but you paused it just so that you might throw in some little oh by the ways. And then you adjust the speed again. So you test it. I would recommend testing on that. Go through a few times to say, okay, this speed is a little too fast. This speed's a little too slow. See, if it's too fast, you're going to lose it and be off. If it's too slow, your eyes are going down on the screen like this, and you're reading the words there and then waiting for it to hurry up. So you can adjust the speed with BIGVU. That's nice. But what I normally do, and something I would encourage you to think about, is when you want to send a message to someone, and it's important, and you want the captions on there, this is why you would use BIGVU. So I'm going to click tap, or just tap on this here on my smartphone, the tap now, and you'll see now it's got it right here. Let me take this right here like this, and you'll see I'm looking into the camera just like that, and you can imagine, you can see what's down below. It's got the number count, and it's got the little start recording, and it's got a way you can turn it around so that I can say, hey, I don't want to be seen. What I want to do is I want it to be what's outside. And hey, there it is. You're looking out the window right now through over our balcony to the cloudy day that we have here in Orlando, but it's pretty nice. Temps a little bit chilly though. It's like 72, 73 degrees. We call that chilly in Orlando. But I'm going to turn this one back around here. There we go. And so now it's right there with me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap the red button in just a moment. That way it'll start recording. I'm going to do a very, very short one because if you have a longer display, a longer message, it's going to take longer for it to process. I want to do this real fast just so you get the ideas. So here we are. I've got this here. I'm going to tap the record button and it gives me a countdown. Here we go. Stand by. 3, 2. This is being recorded with BIGVU. I am using the recording procedure there, and we can turn this into captioned text very nicely. Okay, there we go. Now I stopped that recording, very short one there, just for this. And notice what it gives me. It gives me these, as you can see there on the screen, I could do a new take. So if you go, oh, that one just wasn't as good as I want it to be, no problem. Do a new take, and it moves on. It, by the way, keeps the old one, just in case you go, well, maybe that one wasn't so bad, and I still can't do it here. So that's all right. You can put a script and a title in there if you want. You can edit with word trim. That means you could go in and trim some words out and go, I don't want them to hear that. And you just actually trim them away. You can crop and put captions, delete the whole thing. You can share it just as is. Or here's the one that we'll use today, is upload. I'm going to tap on that. And now watch what's happening. I'm going to set it down here on the stand so you can see there. Notice it's showing a circle here. It's trying to upload. And now this is where it might run into a little bit of a problem, only that sometimes it can take a while. Not so much a problem, but what it's doing is it's going to do some processing. Looks like it did upload there real fast. Now it's processing. And that's the way it does. This is doing it very rapidly. And again, it depends on how long yours is. And there we go. It's now done. The video is completed. It has now been sent to the cloud where BIGVU resides. So that means I really don't need my cell phone anymore, not for this particular recording. And what I'll do is I'll go over to BIGVU online and I'll see it. Now I could do the editing on my cell phone. So let's suppose you're out on the road, you're moving around, you're mobile, you're bouncing around, you want to do some editing on your phone there, you still can do that. I tend to prefer doing it on my laptop because I get a little bit more capability that way. So we're going to do that. But for right now, for you, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I'm going to bounce over here. Here we are, sharing my screen. I'm using my browser here. I've got Brave going. Brave is the browser I'm using for this. And I'm going to go over to BIGVU. It's one of my tabs that are open. And here we go. So you see I've got the ability here. I can record videos with conference, look at it and all that. I'm going to log in. So I'll click on the login. And when I do that, it will bounce through to my projects. There we go. And here are the projects. This is when I was practicing this morning. Matter of fact, that's the video preview, or actually the promo, I should say, that I did for Dental Nachos earlier this morning. If you saw that, you said, oh yeah, okay, we got that on there. It's all in there good. But this is the one right here. Notice it says 3 minutes ago, my project. It's got Terry Brock there, and that's it. That's what it's got as a basic. So I'm going to click here to see some of the options, and I want to edit this. Now I could edit it, duplicate it, or delete it. I'm going to click on edit because that's where we get into some of the real good stuff here. And by real good stuff, I'm going to show you what we can do here on this. I'm going to move some things around on my screen. There we go. And you'll see there's 3 dots over here on this side. I'm going to click on that. These 3 dots, and look, there's a whole bunch of choices here. You can change your background, style your video, open in a composer. That's really nice there. Add to collection, embed the video, etc. All that. Well, I'm going to add captions. This is the one right here. So I'm going to tap on, click on this, add captions. And when I do, look at this. This is in oh my goodness land. Not only does it do English, United States. Okay, that's nice. I was born in the United States. English is my native language. Well, actually, American. It's a different language than British. It's a different one. They speak a different language than we do. And let's see, but also look at this. Portuguese from Brazil, Espanol, Francois, I hope I'm saying that right, Deutsch from Germany, Ruski, Russian, вы говорите по-русски, может быть, очень хорошо. You can put that in there and do it that way. And several other languages too. Look at all this. And we know what that means. Think about it. Suppose you, as a dentist, want to connect with some people. What you want to do is you want to connect with people that are in your area. These are people that you want to talk with, you want to be around. Well, what you can do is you can do that pretty easily with BIGVU here. And you can just translate that. You could speak it in there using some, if you know some of the language, or bring in a native speaker. And this is also going to give you that ability. Well, I'm clicking here on English. And so now what it does is it says, okay, we've sent transcription and captions request. You'll see that in the lower right corner there. The lower right corner, it flashes that. And so it's going to process this. Takes a little while. Shouldn't take too long with the very short one that I did just for illustration on this. This way you can see it pretty quickly what it's like. But we'll do that. I'm going to refresh my screen here and see if it has come through yet as we refresh it. And yes, look at what's happened here. Notice now we see script and closed captions. I'm going to click on that. When I click on the closed caption, look what appears. These are the words that I spoke. I said, this is being recorded with BIGVU, and notice how it came out here. Even on BIGVU, it spells it BIGVIEW, which is incorrect. You would think that it would be a little different on theirs, but it says I'm using the recording procedure there, and we can turn this intro captioned text into captioned text very nicely. There we are. So I've got that. Now, what I'm going to do real quickly here, just so you can see the capabilities, I'm going to save these captions. I'm clicking on Save Captions down there. It shows me that we've done that, saved them, and now I'm going to open in the Composer. I won't be able to go into all the detail on this, but with a short version here, you'll be able to see what this is like. So you want to automatically add the captions. I'll click on Yes for You Betcha. There we go. We're going into it, and it's in there. So now here's some ways for you to do this and look at it. See, I've got it right here. I want to start it with a capital T. So I come down here into this little slide. You notice we only have 3 slides on this one, and I'm going to erase the small t and put it in there as this is being recorded with BIGVU, and I'm going to change BIGVU to the right way to spell it, which is all caps, BIGVU, and there we are. And what I'm going to do, I really want to highlight this, so watch what I'm going to do. Here's the secret. I'm going to put a little star here in front of the R of recorded, and then I'm coming over here just after you, I'm going to put another star. You might think, well, Terry, why would you do that? Well, here's why. Notice on the screen right here, this is being recorded with BIGVU. Notice how I made that red. I've got options here to change that into different accentuations, highlighting, make it really nice. So we can do something like that. It works well. You'll see here we've got all of this text that's here. I'll click on this right here to play it. This is being recorded with BIGVU. I am using the recording procedure there, and we can turn this into captioned text very nicely. There we are. It played it, and everything's fine. That is really nice, and we could use that as is, but I want to gussy this up a bit. There's a good term. Gussy this up a little bit. Must be a Philadelphia saying. I don't know. Hey, my Philadelphia friends tell me, I go, no way, Terry. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at some graphics that I have. Notice I have these graphics over here, and these are some also that they give you within BIGVU. I brought in many of these from Pixabay where they are copyright royalty free. I can use those, and I go, oh, you know, I want to bring that in there. So what I'm going to do is I can get some. There's Dr. Paul Goodman himself right there. We got Jill Jerry. These are pictures that I brought in, and we got our talking tech tips here. I'm going to take Dr. Paul. I'm going to bring his picture in. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm clicking on this. I'm going to drag it over here and put it right there. It processes for a moment, and now look what's happened. It puts his picture in there with my text so that now you can play with that. I'll click over here to get rid of the uploads, and then I'm going to click on Save and Make Clip. I'll click on that right there, and it's going to save it. Going to send me back to the projects area in just a moment. And here we are. We're back in my projects area, and you'll see we've got it there. And whoops, went over to the wrong graphic here. Let's see, let me get back over here to BIGVU. There we are, and you see what it's doing now. It's rendering this. And in rendering it, that can take a little while. This is where we take the most time. But I found even those that might be 6 or 7, 8 minutes, which is about the longest I've done on most of mine, they finish processing depending on time of day, depending on the workload on the server at that time, 10, 20, maybe 30 minutes. I think I've seen some that might go a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but usually it's pretty rapid. They go through a rendering process, then a transcoding. And so right now you'll notice in the upper right corner on this particular graphic, it says rendering. There it is. Now it's transcoding, which takes even less time. And I'm going to be able to show you this little dish that I've cooked up for you here, digitally speaking, of course, and let you see. There it is. And look, it says it's ready right now. So here's our video. I'm going to click on this. Here we go. This is being recorded with BIGVU. I am using the recording procedure there, and we can turn this into captioned text very nicely. And there you have it. So this is a nice little tool that we have. And then once I've got this video here, it's now an MP4 file. I can click on these little dots here and look at this. I can add it to a collection so I could use this again sometime. I could add to my upload so I could use it another way. I could export this to social media platforms. Very nice there. I think you can go over to, let's see, Facebook, you can go over to Twitter, and I think YouTube. So those three. download it. That's the one I use most often. I download the MP4, and then I would take it and upload it to the BIGVU, or excuse me, the Dental Nachos group here on Facebook. And I can embed it on my website. I can make it a video page. That's another nice feature they have here. So you can put it on your own page, and it gets exclusive attention that way. Duplicate it, or if you go, that's not what I wanted really, we can delete it. So all that is available. And that is what we can do with BIGVU. It's a great little tool. It gives you all kinds of features that you can use for, well, for many different things. And I find that it's one of those things that I really can use a lot in many areas. Again, I would suggest for you, take a look at it and see what it's like. And by the way, if you're interested in it, we've got an affiliate link here that I put together. Notice it's http://bit.ly/BIGVU-rocks. BIGVU rocks, and that's my affiliate link. You'll be able to go there, and if you go by through me using that, through us here at Dental Nachos, I'll send you a special report that shows how to do it. An entrepreneur looks at BIGVU, and you will have my gratitude. And that's nice. So you'll have that. But I wanted you to get a chance to see BIGVU, take a look at what it can do and the kind of features that it has for you that can really help you a lot. There we are with BIGVU. Going back to my screen, let me bounce over here to this right here. There we are. And that's what we're talking about here with Tech Tips with Terry this Tuesday at 2. Love to hear from you. Please leave a comment. We know that many people see this after the live and watching the recording of it. If you have a question, please leave that. Just leave a question, put in the word question. Terry, what about da-da-da-da-da? Or ask me that. Our staff here will let me know. I'll be monitoring this as well. And we want to help you because we're here serving you, the dentisting community. And we really appreciate you being part of Dental Nachos. And I am looking forward to hearing from you. And we will be in touch then. Have a wonderful